What happens when the people sworn to protect cross the line and target the wrong woman? Tonight, you'll witness a shocking story. Cops brutalize a black woman for retaliating, unaware she's deadlier than they ever imagined. This tale is packed with action, suspense, and twists you won't see coming. But before we begin, tell me, where in the world are you watching from? Drop your country or city in the comments below, and don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to this channel so you never miss tomorrow's thrilling story. Sun pressed hard on Westbrook Avenue, thinning sirens to wire. Vendors folded umbrellas, a delivery truck hissed, and a mural of a black angel watched a woman on a midnight blue motorcycle cut her engine. She removed her helmet, set it on the seat, and locked the bike. Her name was Zara Cole. She came for coconut rolls from the Haitian bakery. Sugar, quiet, and routine. Two squad cars slid across the crosswalk. Doors slammed. A square-jawed officer with a sunburned nose lifted his voice. "Ma'am, hands where I can see them." His plate read Mercer. His partner Reese drifted left, palm on a taser. Zara raised both hands. "What's wrong?" "Bike matches a bolo," Mercer said, already scanning bystanders. "Step away. It's mine." She set her helmet down and showed empty fingers. "Run the plate." A third cruiser wedged the lane. Officer Pike, big as a refrigerator, joined, heavy footsteps full of decision. "Non-compliant biker," Mercer announced. "I'm cooperating," Zara said. "I'll show registration." "Hands on the hood," Mercer repeated. Zara placed her palms on the warm cruiser and spread her feet. Phones lifted. The baker in a flour-dusted apron whispered, "Record." A teenager with sky-blue braids nodded, red dot glowing. Reese gripped Zara's wrist in a twist designed to manufacture struggle. "Stop resisting," they said. "I'm not," Zara replied, even. Pike slid a forearm across her throat. "Not a full choke yet. Just wait, promising worse. Heat, rubber, cologne, hot metal." The neighborhood sound narrowed. Zara counted breaths without meaning to. "Hands behind your back," Mercer ordered. "I can't if he's on my airway," she said. "Ease up. Keep quiet," Pike grunted, pressure rising. Anger prickled through the crowd. "Badge numbers," the teenager called. The baker stepped forward, froze when Mercer threw a palm toward him. Gray rimmed Zara's vision. Training mapped options. Protect the carotids. Open a sliver of breath. Last. She anchored her feet and rode Pike's weight without giving cause. "Stop fighting," Reese repeated, louder, as if volume could create truth. Mercer shoved her shoulder. Her hip hit the bike. The helmet clattered under a storm drain lip and spun. Calculation slid behind her eyes like a shutter. A boy in a soccer jersey stumbled and skidded against Zara's boot. Pike flinched. Air sliced in. Instinct unfolded. Zara rotated her shoulders, turning the choke into an awkward half-Nelson. She stepped back with her right heel, captured Pike's wrist with minimum pressure. Not a strike, just space. "Back up," she warned, still controlled. Mercer's forearm smashed her cheekbone. White burst behind her eyes. Hands clawed her hoodie. A knee chopped the back of her leg. She fell, palms slapping pavement, grit biting skin. A knee pinned her back. Pike's weight returned to her neck, heavier. "I'm not resisting," she rasped. "You are on my hands. Give me your hands." Reese shouted, wrenching one arm anyway. A cuff bit bone. Click. Mercer yanked her other arm. Pain sparked. Click. The knee stayed where breath should be. "Roll her," Pike said. "Don't," Zara managed. They rolled her hard, hands pinned beneath her, sun burning her eyes. The crowd became shadows with sharpened voices. The teenager leaned in, filming. "We got you," she whispered. "Disperse," Mercer barked. "Lawful arrest." "For what?" the baker demanded. "Resisting, obstruction, possible hit and run." "My plate is clear," Zara said. Blood tickled her ear. She angled her chin, opening a thin straw of air. Sirens threaded in from deeper city blocks. The truck hissed again. Bread smell rolled across the street like a late blessing. Pike pressed knuckles into the base of her skull. Something popped in her neck. She swallowed the sound that wanted to escape. 4 in, 4 out. She pictured a square and traced it with breath. Phones recorded. Someone cried. The boy stood at her shoulder, fists balled. "Move the crowd," Mercer snapped. "You move," a man answered near the truck. 3 more officers approached fast, hands hovering over tools. Zara lay still, chest barely rising, heat flooding her limbs. She could have broken the hold and stood. The knowledge trembled like a locked door. She kept it shut. This block was not the place for that door. "On your feet," Pike ordered, yanking her by the cuffs. Current shot along her arms. Her legs wobbled. She steadied, nostrils flaring, attention threading the needle of the moment. Mercer frisked her, found the registration, glanced, stuffed it back unread. "Transport," he said. "She's going downtown." "For what?" the baker repeated. You interfering, Mercer challenged. I'm feeding my neighbors, the baker said, and I'm witnessing. Zara looked at the boy. Go home, she told him. Tell your mother you're safe. He shook his head. I'm staying. Don't, she said, authority ringing. The boy stepped back despite himself. Pike steered her to the second cruiser. Someone booed. Someone prayed. The teenager walked backward, filming every inch. Zara, she asked, what do you want us to do? Keep recording, Zara said. Stay back. Don't give them a reason. Don't tell them what to do, Mercer snapped. The cruiser door opened, oven-hot air spilling out. Pike dipped her head and guided her in, not careful. Metal knocked her shin. She swallowed pain, sat, and slid until her shoulders met vinyl. The cuffs dug deep. She rolled her wrists once. No give. Through the windshield, the mural's angel watched in stubborn color. Down the block, the bakery bell jingled uselessly. The boy looked small as a candle at noon. The teenager held her phone steady with shaking hands. Reese leaned in. Name? Zara, she said. Last name. She stared into the rear view until her own eyes steadied. Cole. Reese scribbled, throat flexing. Pike shut the door. Sound thinned behind glass. Engines idled. Heat shimmered. Zara rested her head on the seatback and tracked every breath like it belonged to someone she loved. Outside, the street kept recording, waiting for what the next second would decide. The city held its breath, and Zara counted, calm, watchful, unbroken, and ready. The cruiser rolled from Westbrook, tires ticking over tar seams, light striping Zara's cheek. Her cuffs bit deeper with every bump. Pike drove, jaw clamped. Reese rode shotgun, radio hissing codes. Dispatch 3-4, Reese said. Transporting female, name Cole, resisting an obstruction. Copy. Bring her to Central. Glass towers pinched the sky. Sweat crawled under Zara's hoodie. She tested the cuffs. One small shift read the ratchet. Not yet. At a red light, a bus ad promised night classes. A smear of blood turned her sleeve dull rose. You should have complied, Reese said. He closed my airway, Zara rasped. You're fine now. Not the point. Pike set the radio down. You people make everything a show. You people, Zara repeated, filing it away. A matte black motorcycle paced them, visor down, then slid ahead. Clouds built. Central Precinct swallowed the cruiser. Reese hauled Zara out. Walk, Pike said. Inside, fluorescence flattened color. Booking throbbed. A drunk humming. A woman arguing into a phone. A stapler punching time. A salt-templed sergeant read their approach. Hansen. Charge. Resisting obstruction, Mercer answered, already there with paperwork. Injuries. She says her neck, Reese said. Medical check, Hansen replied. To Zara. You want a medic? I want these off. And yes. Bench 2. Pike guided her to a bolted bench beside a painter and a teen with a copper nose ring. The elevator opened. A woman in a dark blazer stepped out. Badge flipped. Internal Affairs. Benayoun. Miss Cole, do you need medical assistance? Yes. Get the medic, Hansen said. Mercer leaned toward Benayoun. She retaliated. Caused a disturbance. Retaliated isn't a charge, Benayoun said. I turned my head to breathe, Zara added. The teen whispered. We saw it. It's online. A medic in navy scrubs arrived with a rattling kit. I'm Evan. Pain? Neck. Wrist from the cuff. No blackout. He looked to Hansen. I need one cuff off. Negative, Pike said. Then I can't assess. Hansen's stare went heavy. Left wrist only. Reese clicked the cuff. Relief washed Zara's arm. Evan palpated. Breathe. Tingling. Left hand mild. Soft tissue strain, he said. If pain persists, X-ray. And that choke. Control technique. Pike cut in. Restricted her airway, Evan replied. Benayoun's pen whispered. Mercer flushed. A gray-suited man with a thin tie stepped in, shoes wet from old puddles. Miss Cole? He flashed a card. Dante Rivas, public defender. Half the block pinged me. Efficient neighbors, Zara said. Interview, Rivas told Hansen. She's not going anywhere until I finish forms, Pike said. You finish while I assert counsel, Rivas answered. Interview room 4, Hansen said. Pike, Reese, brief only. Mercer at the desk. Agent Benayoun observes. They moved to a room with a camera bubble. 4 chairs, a carafe, 1 buzzing light. Pike sat across. Reese angled a notepad. Rivas took the seat at Zara's right, between her and the door. Benayoun took the wall. Name, Reese began. Zara Amara Cole. Occupation, security consultant. For who? Pike snorted. For people who want to go home. Were you aware your bike matched a bolo? Reese asked. My bike was parked, plate clean. Why did you retaliate against Officer Pike? Objection to phrasing, Rivas said. No answers to questions with conclusions. Did you move in a way that prevented restraint? Reese tried. I moved in a way that kept me conscious, Zara said. You people always think you can talk out of, Pike started. Officer Pike, Benayoun cut in. Words like that become exhibits. Silence ticked. A young officer appeared behind the glass with a tablet. Hansen took a call. The chief online too. Media calling. The room's air cooled, pressure building like weather. Rivas poured water, slid the cup to Zara. Sip. An alarm chirped a test tone. A shout rode the vent from the garage. Another answered, cracked. Benayoun's eyes ticked to the ceiling. The lights blinked and returned. In that dim beat, the window caught a ghost, a figure hurrying past, hat down, shoulders tight. Pike stood. Stay, he said, and yanked the door open. Reese followed. The door side shut. Bail? Rivas asked. After we see this, Zara said. A scream from booking split the corridor. She flexed her freed fingers once, feeling pins and needles fade to a dull buzz as Evan traced along the sternocleidomastoid, watching for flinch. From the hall, the scream gathered a crowd. Metal rattled, a chair toppled, and someone pleaded for space. Hansen's bark rolled down the corridor again, followed by the cough of a pepper spray victim and the scrape of boots as bodies separated. When Hansen set the recorder down, the LED glowed, a dot of heat. Benayoun folded her arms and nodded. Begin. Rivas swore under his breath and rose. Zara stayed seated, one cuff still on her right wrist, chain hanging like a thin question mark between could and should. She closed her eyes and mapped the room by sound. Vent hum, the slosh of the carafe, her breath evened. The scream became overlapping orders, and the thick noise of bodies too close. Footsteps pounded back. The door cracked. Reese leaned in, breath high. Stay put, he said, and vanished again. Rivas looked at Zara. You okay? Yes. Hansen's voice boomed from the hall. Clear the lane. Pike, stand down. You, step back. Ma'am, breathe. Zara watched the window. A reflection slid across it. Someone tall in a raincoat, moving deliberately. The figure didn't look in, didn't slow. Benayoun returned, jaw tight. Stay in the chair, she told Zara, then to Rivas. This just became a scene. We'll need statements. What happened? A relative saw the video and decided justice happens in booking, she said. Officers escalated the tone. I de-escalated. For now, the buzz settled into a single stubborn note. Zara shifted, feeling the pull along her neck, the hot wire of the cuff. Miss Cole, Benayoun said, do you intend to file a complaint? I intend to breathe, Zara said. Then I'll decide. That plays well on record, Rivas murmured. A knock. Hansen stepped in, set a recorder on the table, and clicked it on. We're doing this clean, he said. Names, times, actions. Pike hovered behind him, eyes like small storms. Reese kept to the edge, pen finally still. Zara watched the red light, inhaled, deep quiet, and kept her face unreadable while thunder rolled above the ceiling. Rain hammered Central Precinct as Hansen faced Zara and told the camera. Recorder live, 1632. Present, Sergeant Hansen, Officers Reese and Pike, Agent Benayoun, Public Defender Dante Rivas, Detainee Zara Amara Cole. Reese kept careful. Reason you were on Westbrook Avenue? Bakery run, Zara said. Parked legally. Helmet on the seat. Did you hear commands to stop? Yes. I raised my hands and asked why. Officer Mercer said my bike matched a bolo. I asked for a plate check. Describe contact, Benayoun prompted. Officer Reese twisted my wrist. Officer Pike pressed his forearm into my neck while Mercer shoved my shoulder. I said I couldn't move my arms with weight on my spine and airway. Pike leaned in. You turned. I turned my head to breathe. The lights flickered. Boots ran outside. Air carried a chemical bite. Hansen hit the intercom. Status, basement sensor. Spill in evidence bay. Initiating lockdown, came the reply. Magnets clacked through the corridor. Red strobes painted the glass. A rookie popped in, coughing. Sprinklers dumped in the south stairwell. Booking struggling. Smells like bleach and ammonia. Ventilate booking, Hansen said. Medics to booking. Hazmat inbound. Keep detainees separated. Pike twitched toward the door. If that crowd followed the video, we'll need bodies on the line. Hold, Benayoun said. No one moves without orders. Rivas angled his chair between Zara and the door, elbow guarding her cuff. Is my client safe here? For now, Hansen answered. Interview paused, he said. The recorder's red eye glowed on. Silhouettes moved with fans and towels. The smell thinned as vents growled. Zara watched cadence in hands. Reese's pen scratched zigzags. Pike's jaw worked. Hansen listened. Benayoun's eyes never drifted. Rivas watched the ceiling duct. A tall figure in a dark raincoat slid by the glass with a flat black case labeled in silver tape. Vent, not a uniform. Purpose clung to that walk. Who is that, she asked. Facilities, Reese said. During lockdown, Benayoun asked. The lights cut. Metal ticked at the handle. A key testing a lock. The emergency panel coughed blue. Red strobes sliced across faces. "Do not open," Benayoun said. "Credentials under the window," Hansen ordered. A laminated card slid onto the shelf. "R. Trammell, facilities vendor." It felt wrong. "Hold position," Hansen said. "Captain approval required." "Copy," the muffled voice answered, calm with a faint synthetic buzz. The figure withdrew toward the stair. Air shifted, the bite faded. A door slammed, followed by a long laugh. "Basement secure," the intercom crackled. "Container neutralized. Maintain lockdown." "We resume," Hansen said. Rivas frowned. "Under strobes?" "The camera runs," Hansen replied, "unless counsel objects." Zara sipped water and nodded. "Continue." Hansen reset. "After contact began, did you strike or attack any officer?" "No." "Attempt to flee?" "No." "Warn you were losing air?" "Yes." "Was that warning acknowledged?" "Breath, posture, angles, timing. Goal is the same. Go home alive without adding harm." Pike snorted. "Tell that to Mercer's shoulder." "That bruise came from him slamming me into steel," she said. "Enough," Hansen said. "Hydrate." The intercom coughed. "Crowd outside. Media at south doors. Command post level 3. Through the glass the raincoat reappeared, descending without the case. The figure paused under a camera, lifted a chin as if offering ID, then slipped into the stairwell. "Probe," Benayoun murmured. "Or coincidence," Hansen said. He faced the lens. "For the record, Ms. Cole's right wrist remains restrained, left wrist uncuffed for medical reasons." Door closed. Participants unchanged. Strobes ceased. Magnets released with a thunk. "Lockdown lifting in 5, the intercom said. "Hazmat clears the bay." Rivas checked his watch. "Bail next." Benayoun's phone buzzed. "Command wants me upstairs," she told Zara. "If anyone tries to move you without counsel, call my name like a fire." "I will," Zara said. Hansen clicked stop once more, then start, leaving a paper-thin pause. "Resume 1658. Short break for counsel." A folded sheet slid under the door. Rivas retrieved it, unfolded and froze. A grainy photo stared up. Zara kneeling in bright dust years ago, hands bound, eyes calm, ringed by men. Across the image, thick black marker scrawled 2 words, "We know." Rivas turned the page so only Zara could see. Her pulse didn't jump, her focus tightened, iris narrowing like an aperture. "Who delivered that?" Hansen asked. No answer. The hall showed wet floor. Zara studied edges, perforations, oil smears, a half-torn watermark, old marker, new print, a recycled threat. "What does it mean?" Rivas whispered. "It means someone prefers shadows," she said. Benayoun reappeared, slid the vendor badge into an evidence bag. "We'll pull cameras between the garage and this door." Pike's voice went brittle. "We could end this if she told us where she learned those moves." Rivas stepped between them. "She learned to breathe." Hansen tapped the table. "Focus. We finish, then I take paperwork to release review. Mercer will file his report." "Am I free after?" Zara asked. "Pending bail," Hansen said. Chanting pressed closer. "Hands off." "They're in the street," Reese muttered. "They're on the sidewalk," Benayoun said. "Do not make the line a stage." Hansen lifted the recorder. "Ms. Cole, clarifications. Any weapons on your person?" "No." "Any intent to harm officers today?" "No." "Injuries to document?" "Neck pain, wrist pain, headache, throat swelling." "Medic notes appended," Hansen said. 1703. Interview complete. The door opened. Mercer filled the frame, rain glued to his hair, one shoulder wrapped. "You've got a visitor downstairs," he said. "We're done here," Rivas replied. "Not that kind," Mercer said. "Federal. Quiet badge. Wants her moved now." "Absolutely not," Rivas said. "No agency moves a detainee mid-processing without sign-off and counsel," Benayoun added. Mercer's jaw flexed. "Then come watch them ask." Zara rose, chain whispering between cuffs. She glanced at the photo, the sealed badge, then the door. "Let's go see," she said, steady as weather. Rain hissed hard outside the doors. The hallway beyond interview room 4 hummed with storm drip and radios. Fluorescent tubes buzzed, reflecting damp patches on linoleum. Zara walked between Pike and Mercer, wrists bound, Rivas shadowing close. Benayoun strode ahead, phone at her ear, words clipped. "Yes, I'll verify. No, do not move her without me." At the base of the stairwell, 2 figures waited. Not uniforms, plain black windbreakers, collars up, hair slicked from rain. One held a slim leather folio, the other carried nothing but a posture built from control. Their IDs flashed. Department of Homeland Security, Counter-Terror Branch. "Zara Amara Cole," the taller said, voice like gravel smoothed. "We'll take custody." "Authority?" Benayoun asked, not slowing. "Federal directive," he replied. "Signed this morning." Rivas slid in front of Zara. "You cannot pluck my client out of due process." National security supersedes, the shorter agent said. Not without paperwork, Benayoun countered. Produce it. The folio opened, pages laminated against rain. Hansen took them with dry hands, scanned, frowned. Dated today, language vague. Probable cause sealed, the agent said. Immediate transfer. Rivas leaned toward Zara. Say nothing. Mercer shifted his stance, eager. Federal wants her. She's their headache. She's our detainee until arraignment, Hansen said. Chain of custody matters. Chain of custody delays risk, the tall agent said. Risk of what? Benayoun pressed. The shorter agent's eyes flicked to Zara, then away. Unfinished business overseas. The words scraped memory. Zara kept her face calm. Her pulse mapped exits. Stairs down, stairs up. Side corridor past booking. Doors she could break if she had to. She held still. Interview complete, Hansen said. If transfer occurs, it occurs by order from the bench, not lobby. A rookie panted up the stairs. Sergeant, crowd doubled. They're chanting names. Media trucks. Chief wants calm. Benayoun pocketed her phone. You're not moving her through that gauntlet with no plan. We can use the garage, Pike said, too fast. That garage just had a chemical incident, Rivas replied. Hansen's radio crackled. Perimeter stressed. Requesting riot line. Negative, Hansen said. Hold soft. Thunder rolled outside, shaking the glass. The DHS men exchanged a look. We'll wait 1 hour, the taller one said. After that, orders escalate. They drifted to the lobby shadows, waiting like wolves at the edge of firelight. Zara sat again on the bench, cuffs biting. The painter eyed her with curiosity. The teen with the nose ring whispered, They're scared of you. I'm just tired, Zara said. No, the teen insisted. They're scared. Rivas crouched beside her. We can post bail once Mercer files. I'll push for release. They'll block it, Zara said quietly. Then we fight. The doors rattled as chants swelled. Justice, justice. Phones filmed through rain-streaked glass. The mural's angel painted across the opposite wall shone in wet neon light. Reese returned, papers in hand, booking log ready. Good, Hansen said. We move her to holding, log finished, counsel present. Pike smirked. Let the feds stew. Control your tone, Benayoun said. They moved down a side hall to a holding block. Cells lined the wall, bars heavy, lights yellow. Zara entered, sat on a metal bunk. Rivas took notes. Benayoun paced. Hansen signed papers. Outside, Mercer muttered with Pike, voices low but sharp. Zara tuned them out, listening instead to the storm. Each drop against the window ticked time. A scrape echoed. The raincoat figure appeared again, further down the hall, holding a mop. Eyes shadowed, face unseen. No janitor should be here during lockdown lift. Identify, Hansen barked. The figure turned, wheeled the mop bucket slowly, vanished around the corner. Facilities, Reese said, uncertain. Benayoun muttered. Ghosts. Minutes dragged. The crowd outside roared. The DHS agents conferred with Mercer. Hansen looked older by the minute. Rivas checked his watch again. Then the power flickered. Lights dimmed to emergency strips. A siren whooped twice, then died. Generator glitch, Reese said. But Zara felt it. Deliberate. A test. The door to her cell clicked once, then twice, as if someone tested the lock. She rose, chains clinking, eyes narrowing. Stay seated, Pike snapped. She sat, calm, waiting. Outside, thunder drowned the chant for a breath. Then the people came back louder. The mural angel burned brighter through lightning flash. Rivas whispered, hold your center. Zara breathed slow, steady. The cuff chain cut her skin, but she didn't flinch. Around her, the room thickened with tension like a bowstring drawn but not yet loosed. The cell door rattled again. This time the lock gave a metallic clunk, almost deliberate. Zara's eyes tracked the vibration. Pike lunged forward, fumbling keys, while Mercer turned, scanning the dim hall. Who's in this block? Hansen demanded. Radio lifted. Only static answered. The raincoat figure returned. Same mop, same shadowed eyes, moving slower now. A roll of thunder drowned their footsteps. Benayoun stiffened. That's not facilities. The figure abandoned the bucket, drew a baton from under the coat, and pressed it to the lock. Sparks crackled. The door clicked free. Pike shoved forward, weapon half raised. Step back. The figure slipped inside the block, swinging the baton in a wide arc. It caught Mercer's wrapped shoulder. He cried out, stumbled against bars. Move her, Benayoun ordered. Rivas darted toward Zara's cell, keys trembling in his grip. Pike barked, don't you, but Hansen overrode him. Open it, now. The cell door creaked. Zara stepped out, cuffs still biting but free of bars. The intruder froze, eyes catching her face under the flicker. Recognition flared. Target confirmed, the voice rasped. Zara tilted her head, her breathing steady. You've got the wrong assignment. Then she moved. her cuffed wrist slashed upward, chain looping the intruder's baton arm. She pivoted, dropped a shoulder, and wrenched. The baton clattered. She kicked it under the bench with a heel. The figure staggered, elbow jerking toward her ribs. She rolled with the strike, redirected force and slammed them against the bars. Metal rang. The painter inside the next cell yelped. Pike swore, leveling his taser, but Benayoun snapped, "Do not fire. She's restrained." The intruder's hand went to their belt. A blade gleamed in the weak light. Zara lifted her cuffed arms like a shield. Steel glanced off chain. Sparks flew. She drove her knee into their stomach. Air whooshed out. The blade skidded across the floor. Mercer lunged for it too slow. Rivas kicked it under the bunk. The intruder gasped, staggered back toward the hall. Hansen radioed, "Security breach, holding block, immediate backup." Boots thundered overhead. The crowd outside roared louder, sensing heat inside. The raincoat figure fled, vanishing past the emergency strips. Zara stood still, chest heaving, cuffs dripping sweat. Silence hung like smoke. Benayoun approached slowly. "Miss Cole, what was that?" Zara raised her chained hands. "You saw. They weren't here for bail." Hansen turned, grim. "We need to move her. Safe room now." They rushed her down a side stair. The storm outside sprayed mist through cracked panes. Shouts echoed, protesters pressing against barricades, demanding release. "Justice for Zara," voices chanted. Zara blinked. "They don't even know me." "They know the video," Rivas said. "That's enough." They reached a reinforced door. Hansen swiped his badge. The safe room opened. Bare concrete, one table, sealed vents. Pike shoved her inside. Reese followed with the carafe. The door slammed, locking them in. Rain hammered above. Silence thickened. Then, the intercom hissed. "Not dispatch." Another voice, low, calm, and certain. "Zara Amara Cole, you should have stayed invisible." The line cut. Static hissed. Rivas's face drained color. "They're in the system." Benayoun pressed the emergency phone. "Dead," she swore. Backup comm severed. Zara lowered herself into a chair, chain resting on the table. She met their eyes, one by one. Calm, unblinking. "You wanted to know why I moved like I did," she said softly. "Why I survived your choke." No one answered. "I was trained to disappear," she continued. "But disappearing doesn't erase the people who remember." She flexed her wrists, the cuffs groaning against the strain. A sharp twist, a controlled breath, and with a metallic snap, the first shackle bent free. Hansen's eyes widened. Pike stepped back, hand hovering near his taser. Zara dropped the twisted metal on the table. "You brutalized me because you thought I was just another body. You had no idea what I've carried, or what I can do." The storm roared, drowning the silence. Zara stood, free wrist bleeding slightly, but her stance unshaken. She raised her chin toward the intercom speaker, toward whoever had spoken through the wires, toward the building that had turned into a cage of shadows and secrets. "They think I'm prey," she said, voice like steel, "but I'm not." Her eyes burned with a calm fire. She turned to Hansen, to Benayoun, to Rivas. "You wanted the truth. Watch." The safe room lights flickered, strobes cutting faces into jagged glimpses. The door shuddered as someone tried the lock. Outside, boots scraped concrete. The crowd chanted her name louder, fists pounding against the storm. Zara spread her stance, rolled her shoulders, and lifted her freed hand. The chain clinked once, sharp as a promise. The door hinges creaked. The storm broke.